Greetings, it's the Schlock Father, the Grand Master of Ikorr. Behold my fourth and final deck, Typhon, Sire of Beasts. This deck is severely unfinished from an infusion standpoint, but that is because out of the four decks, this one holds the lowest priority for competitive sake. I build this because it's fun. Typhon, Sire of Beasts is the beast tribal avatar under the color typings of red and black. He has two abilities, both of which are very good. His activated ability flips the game on its head. It says, 2. Target allied beast gains. When this champion destroys a champion by battle and survives, secure 1 Ikorr until end of turn. Which means that any champion that's a beast, or any of the other beasts, were to attack and kill a champion, if that beast remains after that fight, you will secure Ikorr, which is insane because typically the only way to secure Ikorr is by raiding instead of attacking, so this flips it on its head, similar to that of Great Pyramid. His rush ability is insane. It says search your hand, deck, and graveyard for any number of beasts with a combined influence cost of 6 or less and summon them. They don't go to your hand, you summon them straight from the deck, straight from your hand. So you could do something like a Minotaur for 5 and a Toad for 1. Or you could do a Toad, and a 4 cost. Or you could do 2 Deers and a Pack Camel. You have plenty of options. It's insane. So as soon as you get to 3 Ikorr, you can tutor slam things immediately. It's good. Let's get to the deck. The downside, the downside to Typhon is that you are locked down to running, beasts. Now, luckily, you have a lot of great beast cards, like Jaguar Way, but being as this is a new game with only one set and the second one coming out soon, people know exactly what your deck composition is going to be. You're going to play the good beasts. And there are no beasts in the color red, which I feel like was a very bad oversight on the design process of this game, but that is okay. First, I start with 2 wheat farmers. 0-3 raid 2, Foresight, look at the top card, and you can mess up your opponent's draw. I don't have more fine weapons, or that's probably what I'd play, but Foresight's decent. I play Tsukumogami. I'm not too impressed by him, but I summon him, I can sack a location, and if I do, deal damage equal to twice that location. I feel like for this, you want locations that cost at least 3. I don't run a lot, but I run 2 copies of this. I run 2 copies because of the chance of being able to sack it. If I was to sack a Labyrinth of Crete, then I'll be able to deal 8 damage to something on a summon. However, a lot of the time, you can't do that, so he's just a 1-1 that raids for 1, which is very underwhelming. So I put Lotus Amulet, which means I can sacrifice him and gain influence equal to his raid. So if I need to cast something better quicker, I have Mana Ramp. I play 2 Fierce Alux as just filler. It's a spirit. It's not a beast, and he's not a beast either. They get blown up by Goheys, but that's life. 1-1 Swift, raids for 1. Put a Zeiston on it, so when it attacks, which it can right away because it's Swift, it'll deal 1 damage to another opposing champion. The problem is if they only have 1 out, it won't deal any extra damage. I'm not too big on Zeiston, but I feel like for a 1-1 Swift, it's decent. I play Toadway. It does not raid, but it's a 2-2 reanimate, so when it dies, it'll come back at the end of the turn. I put Swift on it so it can attack right away. If it normally can't raid, Swift, bang. It comes back, bang. You see what I'm saying? You can put experience on it to give it raid, but I like Swift because it attacks right away. I have 2 Deerways. One of them has a Hamayumi. It's a 3-2 raid 1. When this enters, it'll deal 1 damage up to 1 champion. If it's a demon, so if it's Camazotz. Destroy it, otherwise 1 damage. Reanimate's good, so when it comes back in, you'll do that again. I do not have a copy of Hermes Lear for this deck, but this is what you would want to put it on, so you summon it, all your champs get buffed by raid, it dies and comes back, they all get buffed, you see. The other one I get a little weird here. So I put Destroy Target Spirit or Yokai. You'll note that it's a spirit. Gohei is not optional, so if this is the only spirit when you play it, it will have to blow itself up, and you might be thinking, that's bad tech, why would you do that? A lot of people play spirits and yokais, as well as Deerway. My friend plays a Minos deck, a reanimation deck with this card. It's a good reanimation target. This, when it dies, it'll summon again, so you'll be able to use Gohei twice. So this is a spirit meant to fight other spirits. It can be a bit of a non-bow sometimes, but that's just something you got to sequence around. Moving on. 2 Ritual Practitioners. This card is insane. So with this deck, you get infusions called War Mask, which do double duty because now you can rip beasts out of your deck. So you can have 2 cards that shouldn't be beasts. I made one of these cards a beast. He's a 1/2 raid for 1. I can pay any number of influence and sacrifice him and summon any number of champions from the void, or the exile zone, essentially. Whenever a champion is reanimated, when they come back and they die again, the next time they die, they'll be voided out. This allows you to reset the whole process. It's kind of insane. I put the other Gohei on him. I play 2 Pack Camels because it is a beast, and it's a decent card. Whenever another champion dies, any Ikorr they have, or leaves the battlefield, any Ikorr they would have, you store 1 on the Pack Camel. It's a 0/4. He doesn't raid any on his own, but he's just a good safety net. I put Aegis, so when you play him, you can use Typhon's ability for 0. So it costs the same, but you get the board presence of the Pack Camel, as well as the ability in that turn. So it can be a bit of a tempo swing. Camera's fuzzy and dirty. I apologize. Give me one moment. It's going to have to do. The next card is Way Watcher. Day. The next card is Way Watcher. This card is an auto-include in pretty much any reanimation deck, and specifically the Beast deck as well. It's a 3-cost raid 2 1/4. You may return a target champion from the void and put it into your hand when you secure Ikorr. It's another way to get stuff back out of the void. Put Ruler's Decree on it. I happen to have mostly Mayans in the deck. I would like it on a lower cost champion, but the Pip Infusion just kind of runs it like this, so it's just how it is. And 1/4 is hard to kill. You want that on a good stat line. The other one, I put Experience on it. He raids for 3. It's just pretty decent. I'm testing these guys out. They're demon yokais, so Hamayumi will kill it, but Wandering Tengu is a 3/3 for 3 that raids for 1. When he leaves the battlefield, you auto-summon the other Tengu from your deck, so I hope it's not in your hand. I put Curious Relic on him, draw 3 cards and put 2 back on top, so if you kill it and you auto-summon the other one, you give me more card value. It immediately draws. It's my logic. And if he's out and you're forced to destroy something with the Deer Way, you can blow him up and force a draw out. So, I've thought about it. I play 2 Young Minotaurs. He's just kind of like a good generic beast card. 4/3 raid for 1 for 3. I put prevent all damage that would be dealt to target champion this turn. So you can swing with something else and it's protected. I put it on both of them. This card was busted when you could give it Swift because it says when it is destroyed by battle, you auto-summon it. So you could just run this into your... It was just a one-sided board wipe that was just dumb. Now you can't do that, so it's nowhere nearly as good, but it's still decent. It's a 4/3 raid 1. If you attack and it dies, it comes back, so you're going to be doing that a lot. So I put Death, draw a card, because I just figured it's okay. It's not the best thing you could put on it, but it's just kind of what I have right now, so. The other one, I put Experience on it, because my logic is this. Now that we can't swing with it right away, you're going to want to raid with it at first, so you might as well raid for 2. And if they attack into it, it does have 4 attack. It trades up well. 2 Masked Priests. I don't really get to use their ability a lot, but they're in there because they're good. 2/4 raid 2 for 4. Whenever an allied champion is summoned from the graveyard or void, that champion gets +1 raid until end of turn, so when you reanimate stuff, they get better. I put a Yada no Kagami, so if you deal non-strike damage to him, he'll throw that somewhere else too. He has 4 health, so if you go to try to Zeus bolt it and try to use 2, or if you do 4 damage to him from Zeus's Wrath, that's a lot of damage I get to throw somewhere else, so it's just a good target for that. The other one gets Ankh, because 6 health is a lot. I could see an argument for giving one of these girls Ankh, but I just prefer with the way they are and their abilities. So as long as this champion is on the battlefield, my location cannot be targeted by spells or abilities. So you'd usually want to attack her and kill her, but whenever this champion strikes a champion, they get stunned. It's a 3/5 raid 1, so she's just kind of annoying. Protects my lands, hard to attack into, hard to deal with. Good card. We go back into the beast here. This is an insane card. Jaguar Way is keyword soup. 4 cost, 2/3, raid 1, quick strike, reanimate Swift. He immediately attacks. He can kill something without getting hit. When he dies, he comes back. So my logic is, well, he attacks right away and he has quick strike. He's going to be doing a lot of attacking. So when he attacks, draw a card. Give him the rubber ball. Cats like playing with rubber balls. That's why I gave it to him, obviously. There's your tech. Vulture Way. He only infuses for 1, so this is the guy that gets Infiltration because you need a way to answer a location in every deck. Otherwise, Pyramid is just going to run away with the game. It's a bit late, but you can pop Pyramid back or anything that would cost 4, or you don't get the 6 cost one, but yeah, you know what I mean. Reanimate, so you get to do it again. 4/4 raids for 2. Summon, destroy a champion in your hand. Then if you have none, reveal it to your opponent so you show you're not lying, and you get to put one from your graveyard to your hand. You might be thinking, why do I want to destroy something in my hand? That's bad, right? Typically, yes, but if you destroy something with Reanimate, it will die, and then at the end of the turn, come back with the reanimation on it. So you'll be able to do something crazy with something like Camazotz here, which reanimates. We'll get to that, but yeah, it's good. I read it wrong the first few times, thought it was bad, but it's actually, in fact, a really good card. I think this is the best card to put on this. Enraged Minotaur, summon, destroy target location, swift, attacks right away, raids 2 is great. It's a 5/3, so someone could throw like a really weak, like 3/1 at it. War Scepter says you can't attack it with champions with lesser attack. It has to have 5 or more attack to attack it, or you gotta bolt it. War Scepter is the only thing worth putting on here, because he already has Swift, he already blows up a location, he already raids a good bit, so you need to make it so they can't attack him normally. You have to use resources or trade up bad to deal with the Enraged Minotaur. He's mad, he's angry. The next card is where my other Beast Infusion goes to make it a beast, is Gashadokuro. 10/6 raid 1 with a downside. Summon and destroy 3 target allied champions. If you can't, he's destroyed. If he survives, you'll also stun all champions with less than 10 attack. So, the idea here is that you, because he costs 5, you get a bit of a board state, you rush him out, you grab him and the Toad, and then when he comes out, you sack the rest of your field, but you were able to just tutor grab him because he's a beast with War Mask. You sack stuff with Reanimate, so at the end of the turn, they come back, and then you stun everything with less than 10 attack and just go ham. He's insane. The only reason I don't put a War Mask on both is because you can only use a rush ability once per game, so you gotta, diversify the targets. You're only ever going to be able to get 1 because you can only get up to 3 beasts with 6 influence cost or less cumulatively. The next infusion is really just a filler as a whole. It needs to be gone, but I figured I put Zeus's Favor on it. Whenever a champion I control deals non-strike damage, I have 1 instance of this in the deck. It's not very good. It's kind of like a 2-card like lock, but not a real lock. I'll show you in a second. But when I get better infusions, this is going to go. It's just kind of you work with what you got in this game because there's not a good secondary market. Camazotz is crazy. You can play 2, but I only played 1 because Fabled. Raids for 4, 5/4 with Reanimate for 7. When you summon him, you have to destroy another allied champion with the highest attack, and if you do, you destroy a champion that an opponent controls with the highest attack. It's funny, because sometimes you'll play him and you'll blow up a wheat farmer because the highest attack you have is 0, and then you'll blow up their thing that has like 10 because the highest thing they have is 10. It's just decent. And then the other bomb that goes with Gashadokuro for the non-strike damage, I'm trying out my homie Kawil. Hey, yo, Kawil, come here. Kawil Boundless Bolt is a god. He 7 costs 4/8, raids 2 is decent. When an allied champion is summoned, so when you summon a champion, you deal 1 damage to this guy and an opposing champion. So you summon a champion, ping their stuff, but you will hurt him as well. So the idea is, because that's non-strike damage, you could heal damage off the 6 toughness on Gashadokuro when you swing in with it. It's not a very good 2-card lock in heavy quotations, but it's what I got. Kawil's been underperforming, though. He's probably going to get cut. This card is just kind of heavily costed, but it seems decent still. Oni Warlord Shootin' Doji is a 9-cost 7/7 raid 4 stun all other champions on summon. It just kind of obviously does what it says, and the art is absolutely sick. It's just a good card. Like, if the game goes late, this is the kind of card that's going to win you the game or get you there. I'm proxying an influence card of Yum Samil. He's an ultra rare that goes in every black deck. He costs 10 for a 10/6 raid 3 that says summon, destroy all other champions. Do I need to explain why a 10-cost raid 3 10/6 that destroys everything else Is an auto include in every deck that has the color for it? Yeah, it costs 10. You might not always get there, but the thing is that games do go long, and this is probably the absolute best thing you can be playing for 10 if a game goes long. Duh. I'm not going to sit here and scout boxes forever just to try to get what I obviously already can play and know what it does. I run 2 copies of the same location because I'm in the Beast deck, so I'm going to run the Synergy. I run 2 so I can get it, but also because so I can sack 1 for him. It is Labyrinth of Crete. Fabled Location Greek. Whenever an opposing champion raids, so an opponent's champion's raid, if I have a beast, which I probably will, they get -1 raid until end of turn. If all they do is raid for 1, they raid for nothing. Making something that raids for 2 raid for 1 is an insane tempo swing, and this will keep you in the game. This will make kind of a slower, mid-rangier approach the game from a weird alternative angle, little semi-clunker pile of a deck that Typhon's always kind of going to be. This is the kind of linchpin tech that can really push you ahead. And the flavor text is absolutely dumb. Right, left, or was it right, left? Well, I don't know what to tell you, but the best thing you can do is follow, like, subscribe, and comment on the Schlockfather's videos, because if you too want to become a champion of Ikorr, I am the one and only quintessential source for information and knowledge. The Arbiter and the Augur. Women want to be me. Men want to be with me.